What's up, YouTube? We're back with another video. Today we're watching Mighty Man has the most cooked superhero doctors ever. Let's get into it. Y'all don't know about that Mighty Man. This is one of my favorite shows growing up as a kid. Y'all don't know nothing about it, so let's get into it. Hold on, let me. Y'all don't know nothing about Mighty Man.
Yo, welcome. If you're back again,
hello.
welcome again. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about a show that I feel like is forgotten, which is Mighty Man. I feel like
I don't know how many people watch Mighty Man, because Mighty Man was my show. It was Mighty Man and Lab Rats. Was by, what is it, Disney, what was it on? Disney XD or Disney? It was one of those. That was my show. Like, I know the theme song, but I ain't gonna sing it because I'll be getting into it. But I know the theme song. I remember the theme song.
this show was good for its time, especially if you compare it to other shows like Zeke and Luther and Kicking It. It should definitely.
I almost forgot about Kicking It. Kicking It was my stuff. It was Kicking It. No, in no order, no special order. Kicking It, Lab Rats, Mighty Man. Ooh.
Be up there with those shows, I feel like. Now, if you don't remember Mighty Med, it's about two boys, Kaz and Oliver, who randomly became superhero doctors. And when I say random, I literally mean random. They got no qualifications for this job at all. This honestly feels like another Henry Danger type of situation where they're literally just hiring anybody. And because they decided to hire them,
they literally found the hospital. I'm trying to remember the episode. I think they just went in a broom closet and it led to the doorway of to the hospital. They weren't even superheroes. Normal teenagers. And they got hired.
Cass and Oliver messes up things every single episode. I'm talking about to the point where it's actually life-threatening. So yeah, I'm basically going to be talking about how this is Disney's most unserious doctors of all time. So sit back, get a snack, and let's get right into the video. So this show opens up with Cass and Oliver already knowing each other. And I know that they knew each other before the events of the show even took place, but they don't really explain how it happened. But what we do know is that they like going to this comic book store called The Domain. And honestly, I would say a large percentage of the show takes place here. But anyways, Cass and Oliver start to explore the store, and then this nigga Oliver runs into a picture of Skylar and starts genuinely fanning out. This man knew every single ability that she had, and then he said that he wishes that she could use her x-ray abilities to see through his heart. Oliver, if you don't get your cornball ass on and locked in, what are you saying, gang? So while Oliver is saying all of this, Cass starts trolling Oliver with the picture, which eventually led to a chain reaction of events happening, and they both ended up stuck in a flying saucer toy. So they went to the hospital to get it removed, and Cass noticed somebody go into a room that looked like a superhero called Blue Tornado, but Oliver just thought Cass was tweaking. And can you really blame him?
They literally bumped into the hospital. Like, I didn't realize that they was going through a hospital to get to the actual superhero hospital. Like,
somebody told me that they saw a superhero IRL and they were being dead ass. I would think they're tweaking too. But yeah, Cass and Oliver followed him into the room, but he wasn't there anymore. Oliver then pulls a lever by complete accident, by the way, and a puzzle ends up popping up. And Oliver, being a comic book enthusiast, knew how to solve the puzzle immediately. And this gave them access to the Mighty Med Hospital. So you're trying to tell me that anybody else that read the comics and accidentally pulled that lever could have gotten access to Mighty Med?
Literally, a villain who just read the comics could have got access to it. They had no security. Like, they supposed to have bodyguards waiting at the door. Like, no security.
This is the worst security system ever. They both walk into the hospital and they see that all of their favorite superheroes actually exist. So they start having fun talking to everybody like they work there. And it was mainly Cass doing this. Like, dog, relax and be low-key. They then see the superhero called the Crusher on a bed, and the doctors did not know what they were doing. So Oliver and Cass decided to help, and whatever method they did actually worked. And the Crusher ended up—
And I just realized the doctors that was already there really had to be some dumb doctors. How y'all ain't know how to bring the superheroes back to life, but some teenagers did? That's really crazy.
Up being fine again. But right after this, the guards ended up getting them because they realized that they weren't doctors, and they ended up getting put in a room. And this is where Cass and Oliver meet Dr. Horace and his nephew Alan. And Alan is by far the most annoying character
Literally,
in
I
this whole
hated
show.
Alan.
All he does is call people normals if they don't have powers, and he just complains. But anyways, Dr. Horace was most likely going to give them a consequence because they snuck into the hospital, but then he asked Oliver how did they save Crusher, and Oliver, being smart, explained the whole thing, and this shocked Dr. Horace, which led him to then explain to Oliver that he had more knowledge than anybody else that worked at the hospital. So you're trying to tell me a kid that has no official medical background is smarter than your adult staff?
That's
this
what I'm
hospital
saying.
is
Stupid hospital. Don't have doctors that can just do what he did and read the comic books to understand what their powers was and how to bring them back to life. Nuke the whole staff.
cooked. Like I said before, niggas are hiring any and everybody. Cass and Oliver then gets a tour of the entire hospital, and then they end up meeting Skylar, and Oliver was super fanned out again. Look at this man's face. Like, there's no way. A little bit after this, and Cass and Oliver runs into Tecton, and he was brought into the hospital because this man has an entire stop sign in his stomach. Like,
Crazy.
damn. Megahertz wanted Tecton gone. They then moved Tecton to a different room, and Cass and Oliver were with him alone, and Cass got the great idea to remove the stop sign from Tecton's body because he's indestructible. But little did Cass know that him doing this made the situation 1,000 times worse. So in the next episode, they find out that the wound from the stop sign is not closing. So then Cass and Oliver start arguing, and Oliver looked genuinely mad at Cass, and I would be mad as hell too. Imagine all of your life being a comic book enthusiast, getting into a hospital with all superheroes just for this nigga Cass to ruin it all. Oliver is a better man than me, gang. But anyways, Cass came up with the idea to look in the comics to see if there's a way to help Tecton heal. So he decided to go to the domain. But when he got there, he couldn't find anything at first. But then he noticed Wallace and Clyde walk in with the new Tecton comics, and he wanted to get one of them. But hold on a second. Since we're talking about Wallace and Clyde, can we talk about how these niggas tried to get into Mighty Med almost every episode of season 1? Like, how did nobody catch on to their schemes? But anyways, back to this episode. So they told Cass the comic wasn't released for Tecton, but Cass ended up taking it anyways. He then returned back to the hospital, and Oliver is genuinely freaking out because he's worried that they're gonna get their memory erased. And this part right here really reminds me of Henry Danger. Why is the go-to consequence always getting your memory erased? Like, it's never that serious. But anyways,
nobody can know the secret. You can't slip up and tell somebody the secret. But that's crazy. I never really even got into Henry Danger like that. I probably like watched a couple of episodes, but it's never like my go-to fave Disney show. Like, it never was.
Alan's goofy ass ends up walking in, and Cass and Oliver are even more goofier than Alan by trying to hide Tecton like this. Like, what are you doing? You're literally making everything obvious. Literally. Alan then finds out, and then he goes to snitch. And Dr. Horace and the entire Mighty Med crew are all in the room now. Tecton is on the verge of almost actually getting fully packed up, and the whole crew have no idea what to do. Then Tecton's body starts sending out shock waves because somehow his body is directly connected to the earth, and this shit is just stressing everybody out. Oliver then starts to brainstorm quickly, and he figures out that gold stops Tecton from fully healing. So he reaches into Tecton's stomach and pulls out a gold coin, and Tecton is just magically fine again. Like, gang, what? But yeah,
first of all, how did he get the gold coin in him in the first place? Did the gold coin come from the bottom of the stop sign? Like, I'm confused.
All start celebrating. Dr. Horace is happy. Everybody's happy, right? But guess what? Alan decides that he wants to tell the superhero network that Mighty Med had uncertified doctors working on Tecton. And guess who's looking for Tecton? Megahertz. And this is bad because Tecton is still weak. Way to go, Alan. Way to go. You really saved the day, my boy. Literally. But anyways, Megahertz pull up and start giving belt to everyone in that hospital. And the only person that kind of...
And Alan was scary. Don't pop all that and be scary at the end of the day. Oh, hold on. He'd be popping it and be scary. This was my thing. That was my thing. He was the most annoying character because he popped it, but he was scary. So, like, pick what you want to do.
put up a fight with Skylar, I guess. She weaved this man's punch, gave him a straight karate kick to the chest, and does an unnecessary flip to her demise. Like, why does she have to get packed up like this? And why does she always do these unnecessary flips?
Literally.
Like, this shit is not always gonna help you,
She should've
gang.
been on kicking
Oliver
it.
then throws a metal plate at megahertz, but it does 0 damage. Like, honestly, what did you think that was gonna do? They are actually so lucky Tecton got fully healed and ended up putting megahertz in that blender. After all of the fighting, Dr. Horace then decided that he wanted to make Oliver and Cass actual doctors at Mighty Med, which is crazy because they got no training. I know they saved the day, but let's be so for real. How did they just get the job on the spot like that? I understand Oliver,
Approved.
but Cass? But yeah, this is what starts off their doctor career at Mighty Med.
Low key, once you think about it, all the villains of the show was weak. Like, you telling me you couldn't take them down, them teenagers? Y'all weak.
And this is also the start of them getting in cooked situations almost every single episode of this series. In the episode called It's Not the End of the World, Cass, Oliver, and Skylar ended up meeting somebody named Timeline, who is a cousin of Dr. Horace, and Oliver started glazing him immediately. And he ended up telling Cass and Skylar what powers Timeline had, which was that he could see the future. So Skylar wanted to introduce herself to him, but Oliver said that there's no need for that since he already knows everything. But Timeline starts calling everybody the wrong name. So then Oliver realized that his powers might not be working as good as they should be. And Oliver found out that his sodium levels contributed to his powers not working. So they ended up fixing that situation. Cass then got the idea to use Timeline's powers to see into the future for his school-related stuff. Oliver then warned Cass that that was a bad idea because messing with a timeline is gonna mess up other things.
Really,
but Cass honestly didn't care at all and still asked Timeline to help him anyway. And Timeline agreed to it even though he knew the dangers. He even made a joke talking about, I guess it's not the end of the world, but I don't know about that Timeline because the episode title says otherwise. But anyways, the next time Cass is in school, he knew how to answer every single question that the teacher asked him. He even went above and beyond and told his teacher that her fiance is breaking off the engagement, and that he also used all of her credit cards and got caught for identity theft. Now I don't know if that's him helping her or not. It's kind of a cooked way to tell her, but hey, bruh. Also, while this is happening, Oliver is mad that Gus is hanging out with Skylar, and Skylar wanted to go to the school to have like a normal experience, so she started doing stuff like marching band, and Oliver, being Skylar's super fan, decided that he wants to do marching band 2 out of nowhere. Like, come on.
He didn't want to do it
Fast
before.
forward, and Cass is trying to ask Timeline to tell him the future again, but he tells him bad news. He tells him that Oliver is going to get packed up in 15 minutes, and then in 16 minutes, the apocalypse is going to happen. And he starts saying that it's all Cass's fault. Didn't this nigga just say earlier that it will be fine, it's not the end of the world? Like, gang, this is your fault, buddy. So Timeline and Cass quickly heads over to the school, and they go to the school gym because that's where Gus, Oliver, and Skylar are at. But here's the thing that's cooked. Oliver isn't even supposed to be in here. He just snuck in here because he was upset that Gus and Skylar were hanging out, and Skylar ended up going off on him because of that. But anyways, Timeline was actually right about the apocalypse happening because a portal opens up in the gym and a Baraka variant from hell ends up spawning in. And what's crazy is that nobody in this gym had any reaction to any of this. Like, do you not see this? Nah, I would have been out of there.
I think they had
Cass
to be
and Oliver then ended.
It had to be one of his powers of being invisible, because I would have been, like I said, I would have been out the door before my shadow was. Because like
ended up asking Timeline what to do in this situation because this situation is cooked, and he didn't even know what to do. And at this part, I kind of thought to myself, how did we go from Cass and Oliver being in the hospital, being doctors, to the world basically about to end? What doctors even have the ability to get the whole world in a situation like this? But yeah, Oliver then explains to Timeline that there's a way that he can freeze time. So he did that. And after he did that, they ended up having to fight Baraka. And they all didn't know what to do except for Skylar. And this is one of the few times
out of every superhero on the show, Skylar was the best. She had the she had the best. I think powers, low-key, I forget what her powers was, but she was the best combat fighter because everybody else got beat up.
Times that her backflips actually did something. She weaved this man's fireball, blocked this nigga's attack and hit him with a quick kick. Then she
took
does
him
a
out one-on-one.
backflip off the wall and kicks this man again into a drum. And they ended up sending that man back to where he came from. I'm not gonna lie, that was tough. Skylar out here looking like Karate Kid, gang.
Yep.
But even though Skylar did save the day, it is still cooked that Cass got everybody in that situation. And I know in this video I talk about Cass messing up a lot and not really Oliver.
I was just gonna say, Cass really was the one messing up a lot. Oliver, like, he was messing up, but not that much. Cass, literally on every episode, it'd be him that'd be messing up.
Both mess up equally. In an episode called Are You Afraid of the Shark, Dr. Horace ended up overhearing Oliver talk to Skylar about him loving pets. And since he was taking a business trip to New York, which was going to determine if he could even keep his job or not, he asked Oliver to watch his pet dog. But what he doesn't tell Oliver, that dog is a big ass shark. So he ends up telling Oliver how to take care of his shark, and he ends up leaving. But Oliver then messes up and gives the shark too much of his shark snacks, which ends up making the shark mutate into a humanoid shark. So now they have a humanoid shark free roaming, and it's attacking people. Bro literally gobbled up one of the doctors. And this is all Oliver's fault, by the way. Like, gang, you're putting every person in this hospital at danger, even the people that are injured.
Low key, Oliver and they both bad. Like, you can't say they just both. Why are you here? You got these teenagers running your hospital.
They're at danger. Dr. Horace then ends up returning because the reviewer wanted to see how he runs the hospital and how everything operates. And Oliver and Skylar were surprised that he was back early, and they started stressing them out. So as a last resort, they asked Alan to help them. And Alan kind of did agree to help them, but he was being such a smart ass, bro. Fast forward and they all go to the room that Dog is usually kept at. And shortly after, Dr. Horace and the reviewer were all in the room. And I guess Dog was hiding, and he just popped up out of nowhere and got to attacking the reviewer immediately. And while this is happening, Skylar is saying, don't hurt Dog. This man is attacking people. Like, Skylar, be so for real. Oliver then brainstorms a plan and ends up giving Dog even more treats so he can super evolve, which turned him into a full-on human. And the lady that was reviewing Dr. Horace was impressed by this whole thing. And she said he could keep the job. There's no way. There's no way. You almost legitimately got packed up by a humanoid shark and dragged to the ground. And somehow you're impressed with this whole thing. Nah, Mighty Med is cooked. The people reviewing this damn hospital is cooked. The people working in this hospital before Cass and Oliver even got there, they're cooked. They don't even know how to do their own damn job properly. And Cass and Oliver, I'm not even going to go off on them because Dr. Horace was the one that hired them. With no proper training, by the way. Like, I honestly feel bad for any superhero that has to get taken care of at Mighty Med, because there's no way this is the service that they're getting. But yeah, this is the end of the video. Let me know if y'all want more Mighty Med videos, like specific episodes, because this show gets real tough in season.
Literally, because I just realized who was funding this hospital. You know how in Marvel, Tony Stark, he a billionaire, so he got the money to do the Avengers Tower. Who is it, a billionaire behind this, or like who was giving y'all money for this hospital? Because it should have been shut down. Like, what?
Season 2. Also, let me know if you guys remember this show, because every time I bring it up to other people, sometimes they have no clue what it is.
Remember
and also to let you guys know, the next video will be on Liv and Maddie, so stay tuned for that. And if you made it this far in a video, comment Mighty. Also, if you have any video suggestions, you can leave a comment in the regular comments or the community post. And yeah, see you guys.
That was a W video. Clap it up. W video, W video, W video. All right, YouTube, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're probably going to check out his Liv and Maddie video because this was a W video. So, yeah, do that, and tune back in for the next video. Bye. See you later. Deuces. Literally.